Hey, it's #1 best-selling author. Hey, it's #1 best-selling author. Hey, it's #1 best-selling author and motivational speaker, Erik Qualman. Most of you know me as Equalman. Welcome to the Focus Project, brought to you by the great folks at Sleep Number. This is the show where we give you tips and tricks on how to focus on what matters most. This Focus Project episode is a special one. It's our 1-year anniversary. Woohoo! Can't thank everyone out there enough. One thing we've noticed from doing this for a year is that it's all about the 3 R's. It's all about your routine, it's all about reflection, and it's all about getting the proper rest. For example, if you look to Vienna, Austria, Beethoven used to take long walks and sit down and have a couple beers every afternoon just to sit there and reflect. In India, Gandhi preferred walks, long baths, and massages. Nelson Mandela's morning routine was a 5 a.m. walk every single day. In Washington, Al Gore always stopped his day at 3 p.m. to go for a run, whereas JFK, John F. Kennedy, always stopped his day twice a day to go for a long swim inside the White House. That's just a little tease of what you're going to see and what you're going to learn on how to stay focused in an unfocused world. Let's start with routines and why they're incremental to your success. The reason I get excited about routines is because when I talk to startup founders or CEOs of Fortune 500 companies or the comedians at the top of their game, no matter what you do, the best of the best all have specific routines that ultimately lead to their success. For example, if you look at Jerry Seinfeld, when people ask him, what can I do to become a better comedian? His #1 tip is write a joke every day. It might not be a great joke, but it's about getting into that specific routine because routines lead to success. Routines are important, but so is figuring out when you should do something yourself or when you should outsource this. One of our top tips from the Focus Project this year is figuring out when to outsource and when to do it yourself. The bottom line is if you enjoy doing something, then you should almost always do it yourself. If you don't enjoy doing something, then you gotta weigh what is your time worth. The calculation to figure out your time value is to figure out what do you make in a year and then divide it by how many hours a year you work. So if your calculation comes out that you make $20 an hour, whenever you're weighing whether you should do something yourself, always go back to your base calculation of $20 per hour. And our last tip on our 1-year anniversary, thank you again for watching. It's all around goal setting, how to use our brain, leverage our brain, in some instances, trick our brain so we can achieve our goals. The first thing that we need to do is write the goal down. We're 42% more likely to achieve a goal if we write it down. The reason that is it really comes down to our brain. We've got a right and a left side of our brain. When the right and the left part of the brain talk to one another, it's going through the corpus callosum. So if you don't write down a goal, it's only using the right side of your brain. So in order to gauge both sides of your brain and to make it as powerful as possible, when you write the goal down, that's why you're 42% more likely to achieve it. As you've seen, all of our leaders share a commonality. They all do the 3 R's. They all have a routine, they all have time for reflection, and most importantly, they take time to rest, to recharge, to sleep. Remember, sleep is the new leadership tool. That's it for today's Focus Project. I'm your host, Erik Qualman. I want to thank the folks of Sleep Number for making this all possible. And thank you, 1-year anniversary. Can't believe we're doing this for a year. Our hope is it's helping you stay focused in an unfocused world. Welcome to the Focus Project. Let me do that again. One thing we've noticed from doing this for the last year is it's all about the 3 R's. It's all about reflection. One thing we've noticed from doing this for a year now, it's all about the 3 R's. It's all about rest. Rest is last. One thing we've noticed from doing this for over a year now, just a year. As I look back over the past year, I want to know what are the commonalities that we saw across all the, that's too much. As we looked over the, I'm not getting better at this after a year, it's just a lot more bloopers, that's all. You think I'd get better at this, but that's not true. Here we go. For example, when we talk about routines, we talk about reflection, and we talk about rest. Beethoven and Vienna, let me do that again, sorry about that.